Yo, today we're gonna be drawing Ryu from Street Fighter because Street Fighter is a good ass game. Well, okay, I already need to back up. So Street Fighter as a game, I suck at it. I'm not good at fighting games, but it's got really good characters in it, like really strong characters. Like as far as I know, in all the fighting games that I've seen or read about or looked up, everybody has, there's like the story is always some set thing and everybody has some set role. But if you look at Street Fighter, everybody, like, it's like, I think one of the versions of Street Fighter 2 sums it up the best. They call it the World Warriors, and it implies that everybody is from a different part of the world. And that's true because only certain, like, some characters have plots and stories that are intertwined and they work together and team up and stuff, but then a lot of the other characters are just there and they exist in the universe, and that's really cool because it's like the real world. Like, it doesn't matter where you come or what you're doing, somebody else has got some other agenda and then give two shits about what you're doing, and that's cool. Like, big example, like Chun-Li, the legendary thick-thighed lady of first lady of fighting, is a police officer for the Interpol, and she's after M. Bison, or Vega, I think, in Japan, or most people call him just the dictator to keep things simple. But regardless, the dictator guy that flies around and he's purple shit and energy blast and all that, killed her father. So she's after him, and then you got Guile, whose friend served with him in the military, was supposedly killed while trying to find this Bison, the same Bison guy, same dictator. So him and Chun-Li work together. And then Cammy White, who is some sort of, I think, like biological weapon or replacement body built by M. Bison, found out that she was a clone of some kind, and she's like, nah, I'm not having that. So she's also against Bison, so those three work together closely on trying to kill Bison. But then in the same universe, you got people like Rufus from Street Fighter 4, who's a fat bastard who just likes Kung Fu, so he taught himself his own version of Kung Fu, and he goes around beating the shit out of people because he can. And then, like, I think the only other driving plot, like any plot behind him, is that he wants to fight Ken, because Ken is like the best fighter in America or some shit, and that's cool because you got these three people bent on fighting this one dude because he's done big things in your life, and then you got this fat idiot just wandering around fighting people because he likes it and he thinks it's cool. And that's a really cool thing about Street Fighter, and I don't think that's in a whole lot of other games, because everybody in like fighting games is like, they always, like, there's always some, most of the time the story is like pretty just thrown in there at the end just to be like, okay, yeah, we got a story to go with our game and all that. But with Street Fighter, it's the same way, but it's funny and it makes the characters more endearing. Where everybody else, I feel like people are just trying to make their story like, oh cool, oh we're gonna save the world, this, that, and the other thing. But in Street Fighter, it's always different, and there's always something. Like, no matter who you play as, it's like depending on who you like to play as, and that determines who's the main character in your eyes, and whoever you like to play, you follow them and what their agenda and what their goals are. So depending on who you play as, the game is different. Like, there's always, like, everybody has their own ending and all that, and that's cool because you get to see, like, oh, what would happen if this person won? But then at the same time, because that's the person you like to play, and that's the first ending you get to, or that's the ending you hold the dearest to your heart, so it changes the game for you. And it's not just, oh, we gotta play this character, and then we'll play this guy, and regardless of who you like playing as, it doesn't matter, because it's always gonna end the same. Which, I guess, in a way, is true for Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter as well, I should say. Street Fighter 2 would make you think I'm talking about Street Fighter 2. But, it's cool. It's just, I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense, but it's just a thing that I hold dear, and it's what makes me like Street Fighter so much, even though I suck ass at it. I am so bad at Street Fighter, but it's such a fun series and all the characters are unique. Like, I don't get it. Some people say they don't like Ryu's design because it's super plain and boring, but that's what's great about his design, is it's super plain, and it's just a white outfit and a red headband. And if you follow the story of the game, the red headband is actually a gift from his best friend Ken, and the headband matches Ken's fighting outfit. And that's cool. It shows you, like, oh shit, all he got was a headband from his friend, and it's one of his prized possessions, and he wears it all the time. And he doesn't have basically jack shit else to his name, because he wanders around the planet looking for people to throw down with. And that's all he is. He's just a dude that wanders around and fights, and that's his entire existence. And that's cool, because you can do whatever you want with him. It's just one guy, and then he's got, like, just one guy with one majorly defining thing, and then he's got a couple, like, side things. Like, I think I learned from playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he's afraid of spiders, so if you fight him with Spider-Man, he'll be like, whoa, like, uncomfortable, and at the end of it, he'll, like, make some sort of comment about it. And that's cool. It's a little bit of lore, but you could still do whatever the hell you want with him, because he's just a guy that fights people. You don't need a whole lot of backstory for a dude that fights with people. And I think, like, one of his other major plot lines is, I have this evil power that's within the fighting style that I use, and that's pretty cool. Oh my god, look at Ryu. Like, let's see what his hair's like. This is a Street Fighter V version of Ryu, and it's, gotta say, he's looking pretty tough, looking real stern, really ready to throw down at a moment's notice. That battle-ready stance. But regardless, yeah, Ryu, do whatever you want with him, and then I guess you could say the same for, like, Chun-Li and all of them. You know, she's a police officer trying to revenge her father, and then there's just the one guy. But apparently, I think it was just according to the movie, but this could also be to the games, and we all know that the Street Fighter movie is a crock of shit. Like, it's not a bad, it's so bad it's good, but barely any of it is accurate. So, but judging by that movie, I think Shadaloo, which is the company owned by Bison, it has, like, a lot of branches and stuff, so you could introduce any character you wanted. So if you were to, like, do a crossover or something, you could have M. Bison team up with, like, I'm pretty sure they've done this before, but you could have M. Bison team up with somebody from the Marvel universe, like a bad Marvel guy, and it would make sense because Shadaloo has this big, overreaching grip on the planet. So if he were to team up with somebody else with a lot of money or a lot of power, it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, that's cool. And it could be, and it doesn't affect somebody's character in a negative way. Like, I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense. I probably sound like a jackass right now. Talking about Street Fighter, a game that I suck at, and how great it is. Like, I don't even know. This body's looking kind of weird and kind of odd. Ugh. Yeah, let's see. Okay. But, yeah. Street Fighter is just so great, man. And, like, going back to Ryu's design, it's like, yeah, it's super plain, and his character's super boring. But if you were to put him up against, like, anybody, like, there's all sorts of anime characters, because Street Fighter's Japanese, and there's all sorts of anime characters that are so generic, and they've got, like, the big hair and the belts and crap, and you know who the hell they are. But if you were to look at Ryu, with his plain thing, and then his red headband and white bodysuit, or white karate gi, you know exactly who it is, because it's so simple, and doesn't need a whole lot to recognize him. That fist looks kind of small. Okay, that's whatever, it's fine. If anything, I'll just come back and redraw this at some point, but I need to practice. Yeah. And then the Hadouken, I'm pretty sure that I'm like 17. I wasn't around for the original Street Fighter, so I don't know the story of, oh my god, did you know that he could throw a fireball? Which ended up being Hadouken, and then the audio clip became famous or whatever. Hadouken! Like, to be the guy that records a Hadouken of any variation of Ryu, like no matter what game it is. That's got to be a great honor to record somebody like such a character of such big importance. Like I'm pretty sure, I think Street Fighter started the fighting genre. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's what made the fighting genre so big. But yeah, to be the guy that gets to record the voice clips for Ryu from Street Fighter, you did something right, or you've got the gift that requires to be that iconic, to be able to voice that iconic of a character. You were born with a gift of some kind. God rained His blessing on you, if you believe in that. But yeah, like the guy that does Mario, he probably lives in a freaking mansion. Charles Martinet, dude, probably owns a billion things, and he just goes around going, "Whoa, yeah, ravioli!" Yeah. And it's like the biggest stereotype, yeah, stereotype, but it's not like a bad stereotype. I wouldn't call it exactly racist because it's not negative or anything. But like, then again, I could be misdefining racism, but whatever. Like, it's almost like people complain like, oh, he's Italian, all he does is eat spaghetti and shit. It's like, who cares? It's not a bad thing. It's not negative. He's athletic, jumps around, does flips, wears jetpacks and rides dinosaurs. I don't think that's a typical thing of Italians, so I don't know, but it's like Punch-Out. Like, all the characters in Punch-Out are like their races. They act on things depended by like where they're from or their races, and it's never portrayed as negative. They're always portrayed as like super powerful or super strong and super just cool, and it's endearing, the tropes that they fall into. It's never negative. Like Piston, like I want to say, the one that's like really in my mind is Piston Honda. He's a Japanese dude, so he wears a Japanese headband and he speaks Japanese and he bows before every fight, and that's like it's not making fun of their culture or anything. Like, the game's made by Japanese people, so it just makes him look honorable and stuff. And then when you punch him in the face and make him dizzy, he sees sushi. And if there's like the Canadian guy, big fat dude, lives in the woods, fights like boxes with bears for practice. I think he's a lumberjack. Bear Hugger is his name. When you punch him in the face, he sees syrup bottles. I think it's either syrup bottles or like fish of some kind. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's syrup, because in Canada they got the maple syrup and they got the maple leaves. I'm trying to think of the other like stereotypical characters. Like Glass Joe, he's French, and I guess the stereotype for French people is that they always surrender or something like that. But he, like Glass Joe, he has like 99 losses and 99 losses to like 17 victories or something, like something really like real big gap. But those victories, or not the victories, but the losses, those don't stop him. He still comes back. So he's trying. He tries. He doesn't give up. He keeps trying. And then I think, and you can lose to him after you beat him the first time in the Wii version, at least, because he comes back and he has headgear and he learned a couple techniques on how to take your ass to town in the boxing ring. So he's coming back and taking a second shot, and that's cool. He doesn't give up. He's a trooper. And then I think there's Von Kaiser. I don't actually know anything about German stereotypes. I don't think he's a Nazi or anything, so I can't really comment on him. And then, there's the crazy Irish guy. I want to say Aaron Ryan, which kind of sounds like it'd be. I don't know. Kind of feel like him and Von Kaiser would get along if they were Nazis. But Aaron Ryan is a crazy Irish dude, and like the only really negative thing about him is that he cheats, I think. But he's really like spastic and crazy, and just watching him run around and listen to the things he says is hilarious. I wouldn't exactly portray them as negative, because it makes me laugh. It's like, oh, this dude's cool. I'd love to see this guy in action. Watch him take people out. He's just like a good villain character, I guess, for like a boxing game. Dude's crazy. Goes out of his way to screw you over. I don't even think about stereotypes, and then you come up to King Hippo. Like, what the hell is King Hippo supposed to be? Is he an actual hippo, or is he a man that is just fat? Like, I don't think it tells you exactly where he's from, except he's from like a tropical island and he eats a lot of fruit and he's fat. It's like, what? Like, I don't even know what he's supposed to be. And we're gonna talk about stereotypes and proper presentation of things. But he's cool, because you don't ever see any. That was like he was a really unique character for back in the day, and he's still a cool character because you never see a dude that wears just a hippo man in a boxing ring with a crown. He's royalty of who knows where. I think it actually says parts unknown or something like that, which is fun. Give him some character. And then who else is in? What's his nose? Gotta. I'm trying to think. I kind of went off on a tangent, but I don't know where I left off. And this all started with Ryu's design, and it's how Street Fighter is cool because it's got such nice characters, and everybody's so special in their own way. And like doing commentary is hard. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I mean, I'll try. I probably just gotta practice, and maybe I'll get better with further videos. But seriously, this is hard. Sorry, I'm not trying to be quiet. I gotta try to think of something to entertain you with, but I don't know. I'm not coming up with something on the spot while I'm working on something else and focusing. Well, I'm listening to something and listening to a podcast, but I'm trying to talk as well, and I don't know what to say to you guys. I don't know. It's shit. These are really thick lines. I'm digging it. Digging these thick ass lines. Look at that. Look at that. I like this. I like this. This is cool. I like this. It's nice. It's real cool. Yeah. I think this looks enough like Ryu. I think it looks alright. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me if you're watching this, because God knows nobody gives a shit about this. Tell me what you think of this in the comments below, because that's a good way to talk to me. Unless you got Twitter. If you got Twitter, go ahead and talk to me on Twitter. I try to talk to people. I'm afraid of people. Like, sometimes I'll instigate conversation, but then I get scared because I'm a little bitch. Honestly, quite realistically, Wihly can be kind of a sissy wuss bitch, afraid of people, afraid of folks. She fixed that fist. Fix the fist! Fix the fist! Fix that fist. Yeah, that's alright. Let's draw his little bag. Yeah, his bag. There's Ryu's bag that he uses to travel. Ryu's a traveler. He, like I said, I believe I said earlier, he wanders the planet in search of people to fight him, and he fights his inner demon that comes along with his fighting style, the Satsui no Hado, or Hado, Dark Hado, however the hell you want to pronounce it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh shit, what happened there? Boom. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. Let's delete that. Let's delete the layer. No, let's new layer. Now let's color. Yeah, this is alright so far. Where was I? Oh, the Dark Hado. It's like an evil power. I keep losing my train of thought. I keep losing my train of thought. But if I can, Dark Hado, Dark Hado. What does it do? Oh, like Ryu fights for the sake of fighting, and I think, and then he's like his reason for fighting as he fights to try to find a reason to fight, which I don't get. I think that's kind of silly, but that's, like I said earlier, you don't worry about it too much because he's just the guy that wanders around and fights people, and that's the important thing to think about. But other than that, you don't worry about anything else, because why would you? And yeah, but he's got this thing that he fights, which is inner darkness or something, like some Kingdom Hearts shit. But it's cool in that like there is like what if scenarios where like, oh, what if Ryu did like give in to this dark power, and it's pretty freaking cool because it's him, but he throws like the fireballs that were previously mentioned. He throws like devastating ones that are like super freaking big, and they're dark purple, and they're amazing looking, and he's super powerful, and he's just the coolest guy ever. Like, everybody wants to invite him to their birthday party, but if they did, they'd probably die because he'd challenge them to a battle and then just destroy them, because that's just how evil Ryu rolls. Let's see. That looks like a good color. Let's throw that on there. Slap that on. Yeah. He's a Japanese guy. He's pretty. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what they look like. I'm not from there. I haven't looked it up, but he's pretty ripped for a Japanese dude. I'm pretty sure, like, stereotypically speaking, Asian folk are like smaller than average. He's pretty buff and pretty ripped. I don't know. There's a lot of cartoons or Japanese anime where the dudes are ripped as shit. But yeah, he's really buff. I like him. He's got a good build. He's got good goals. Just fight to become stronger and find a reason to fight. He's got cool abilities. The Hadouken, the Tatsumaku Senpuyaku, or Tatsumaki Senpuyaku, where he jumps in the air and spins around. Like, some people say it sounds like he says, I would like some pound cake, but I've never heard that out of his mouth ever. I've only heard Tatsumaki Senpuyaku. but there's probably like a bit crushed or something back in the day where you could hear "I'd like some pound cake" more clearly than whatever the fuck Tato Michael Sampo Yanko. But whatever, I don't know. I could just be an asshole, which is probably more likely than anything else. Realistically, because Wihly's a piece of shit and he doesn't like anything good. He's a little piece of whiny baby shit. Oh, I gotta do his feet. Do the feet. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should do his feet kind of dark, because he doesn't like shoes. He walks barefoot everywhere. Like, there's even stages where you fight near the base of an active volcano and he does not wear shoes, which is pretty ridiculous. And I think Ken puts on shoes at some point, or sometimes, but Ryu never seems to wear shoes. That just ain't his style. That ain't the way he fights. Ugh. Let's see. Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, I should get rid of that little niblet. Boom. What's this? Ooh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. That's creepy. Let's put that black line back before I vomit. Let's go back to the red and go. Yeah, let's color in his bag. Make his bag look extra fucking nice. Bink, bink, bink. Bink. Oh shit, I forgot. Maybe I should make his bag look dirty, if I can. I don't even know if I can do that properly, because I suck ass at digital. Well, I suck ass at coloring to begin with. I'm not even that great an artist. I don't even know why I'm doing this channel. Probably just... it's more or less just for me. Maybe make me feel important. Make me feel like I have control over something, probably, in my shitty, bitch-ass little life. Wihly's a little bitch. Yeah, I'll admit it. I'm a shitbag, shitlord, nerd, piece of crap, trash monkey. Oh, damn it. Shit. Yeah. Well, that's a good. That's a good rope color. I like that. I like this. Good rope color. Yeah. That looks good. Well, let's make... yeah, let's go... oh, shit. Oh. Yeah, let's go... something like... yeah, let's... see, like... yeah, let's go like that. Shabank. Yeah. Looks like it's less human flesh. Ah, my mic. I got my microphone. Which is, in reality, just a shitty ass webcam that I have tucked into my shirt collar. Yeah. Oh shit. It's gonna fall again. Okay, I think it's safe. Alright. I think this is pretty good. Maybe yeah, I think this is good for now. Maybe at some point I'll come back and color it or not color, it's already fucking colored. Maybe I'll come back and shade it or something. Yeah, make it look better. But that's Ryu from Street Fighter, sitting on the ground looking super stern. Thank you for watching. Feel free to argue with me or say something or do something in the comments to let me know that you're there, because I love you and I need affection. Okay, bye.